Hello everyone, and welcome to Monkey Island 2 LeChuck's Revenge Special Edition. So, I know that on the top of basically every single game that I play on this channel I say, this is one of my favourite games of all time. Well, this game might very well be my absolute favourite game of all time. It's certainly like top 3, if not the very most favouriteest of all of my games that I've ever played. So I'm going to try and keep the sycophancy to a minimum here, and just play through this game and enjoy the hell out of it. Everything in this game is pretty much flawless. The setting, the charm, the graphics, the puzzle solving, the length, everything is great. And like I said on my Secret of Monkey Island Special Edition playthrough, I do overall prefer the original graphics. However, I'm going to be playing with the new graphics this time, for the simple reason that I explained last time about how in this one, you can play with the original graphics and the brand new voice acting as well, which is awesome. However, you can't do that in the original, so I'm going to be, just for the sake of continuity, playing this with the new graphics and voice acting. This is also kind of a bit of a milestone for me, because the very first video I ever uploaded to YouTube was a walkthrough with no commentary of Chapter 1 of this game. I never got round to finishing the entire of that playthrough. Hopefully, this time is going to be different. And of course there is going to be commentary as well. So without further ado, let's play a new game.
Well, Guybrush Threepwood, you do turn up in the strangest places.
Hi, Elaine. Do you think you could help me out?
How did you get into this mess?
It's kind of a long story.
Oh, that's okay. I've got time.
Well, it all started on Scab Island. Some of my admiring fans had pressured me into telling my LeChuck evaporating story once again.
Deep in the Caribbean, Scab Island.
So I bust into the church and say, "Now you're in for it, you bilious bag of barnacle bait." And then LeChuck cries, "Guybrush, have mercy! I can't take it anymore!"
I think I know how he must have felt.
Yeah, if I hear this story one more time, I'm gonna be crying myself.
Don't you have any new stories?
Well, actually, that's why I'm here on Scab Island. I'm on a whole new adventure.
Growing a mustache?
No, bigger than that.
A beard?
No, I'm in search of treasure. The biggest treasure of them all. A treasure so valuable and so well hidden that it haunts the dreams of every pirate on the seas.
You mean
Big whoop?
None other.
Then why'd you come here? There's no treasure on Scab Island.
Well, I didn't know that before. Now I'm trying to charter a ship and look someplace else. When I return, I'll have riches galore and a whole new story.
Or you'll have died trying.
either way, we won't have to hear about LeChuck anymore.
Ha! Those guys wouldn't know a good story even if they paid $50 for it. When I find Big Whoop, I'll become a legend among pirates for generations to come. I can only charter a ship and get off this stinking island.
Part 1, the Largo Embargo. So, we find ourselves on Scab Island. Obviously a new location from the previous game. And as you can see at the top of the screen there, we have an absolute ton of riches. Riches, 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 riches. We have some bonds and stocks, a chest of pearls, some bullion, plenty of coins and notes and bills, and some jewelleries. This is obviously supposed to be that quite a considerable amount of time has passed since The Secret of Monkey Island. Guybrush has been on all kinds of adventures, and as you can see, if I can turn him round, which I don't seem to be able to right here, there we go, he has a bit of facial hair going on, and a smart blue coat. There he is scratching his beard. One of the best things about the sort of sense of humour in this game is it takes a very nihilistic approach to the idea of Guybrush as a hero. You know, it's like there is no real happy ending at all from The Secret of Monkey Island through to this one. Kind of everything that was set up at the end of The Secret of Monkey Island, like LeChuck being defeated and Guybrush getting together with Elaine, all of that has completely fallen apart by this point. I'll try and explain a bit more about that as we get going, but first of all we can pick up this sign.
Welcome to Woodtick. No treasure hunting zone. Oops, I think I broke the sign.
Conveniently get a shovel there. And we go over this bridge into the village of Woodtick.
Where do you think you're going, fancy pants? You ain't from these parts, are you? This is a toll bridge. You gotta pay.
I don't pay for nothing. I'm a pirate.
I don't pay for nothing. I'm a pirate.
Tough guy, huh?
Help! Police!
Scream as loud as you want. There's no police on Scab Island.
Then who eats the donuts and roughs up the transients?
I rough someone needs roughing up on this island.
Whoa.
Hey, you're loaded. This is my lucky night. Remember, wherever you go, on sea or on land, you can't ever hide from Largo Embargo.
Tough town. I guess I should have got those traveler's checks.
So it wastes no time in introducing the villain to us, which is this little fucker called Largo Legrand. Absolute Napoleon complex of a guy there. And if we open our inventory, you can see he's taken all of that fabulous wealth which we amassed in between this game and the previous game. So that's a bit of a bummer. The first thing we are going to do is head out. This is obviously the map of Scab Island. There's quite a few places that we can go, but we're going to head to the swamp first of all. And as you can see, this way is to the International House of Mojo. Of course, the dwelling of our old friend, the Voodoo Lady. One of the characters who appears in every single Monkey Island game. Kind of acts as Guybrush's mentor a little bit. We can get in this coffin to row our way across the swamp.
Creepy, but apparently seaworthy.
Now, there is an achievement in this game for speedrunning it, or rather to complete the game in under 3 hours, which is no real challenge if you know what you're doing. I'm not going to be doing it the most efficient way, which means we're going to be zigzagging back and forth between locations a little bit. And after the first chapter of the game, I will explain a little bit more about how that's going to work, because then the game really opens up and becomes, certainly compared to the original, a very, very open game, and you can do the puzzles in almost all of the puzzles in basically any order. The order that I've chosen to do them in this playthrough makes kind of logistical sense a little bit, but will extend the duration of the game a little.
Well, just take a little.
Get some string there.
Display model.
Guybrush Threepwood. It's been a long time since you last came to see me.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Ah, we often forget those who help us most.
We do?
It was I who told you how to do away with LeChuck. I told you where to find the voodoo antiroot, and how to turn it into the powerful, ghost-dissolving potion you needed.
Oh, yeah, now I remember. How's business?
Very good. Many hexes this week. Saved many people from the evil eye. Made many pieces of 8. Although Largo took most of them.
Tell me about this Largo guy.
He's a weak little man who bullies this whole island around. Most people are afraid of him because he was once LeChuck's right-hand man.
Yeah, but LeChuck's history. I got rid of him myself.
True evil can never be destroyed completely. You will see.
Why don't you just put a curse on Largo?
I've tried. My most powerful magic lies in voodoo dolls. But to make an effective doll, I need some items from Largo's person, and no one's brave enough to go get them for me.
What kind of ingredients do you need for the doll?
Are you willing to help me make one?
Maybe?
to make it work, you need to bring me some personal artifacts of the victim. One from each of the 4 basic voodoo groups. Something of the thread, something of the head, something of the body, and something of the dead.
Hey, that almost rhymes.
For the thread, I need a piece of Largo's clothing, and a lock of hair will do for the head. Bring me a sample of fluid from his body, and from his dead relatives, you must acquire some remnant of a corpse. Here, take the shopping list.
Thanks.
Now go.
There we go. That's our objective for the first chapter of the game. To get the 4 ingredients to create a voodoo doll of Largo so that we can drive him off the island. Then we of course need to charter a ship and get the hell out of here. This isn't going to take us very long really. Especially not as I play this game a minimum of once a year and I pretty much know almost the entire thing off by heart. I'm probably likely to get stuck at some point though and have to sort of waste a bit of time zigzagging my way around. Just going to go back to the beach where we started the game. And grab this stick, which is on the ground. Now we can head back into the village of Woodtick and explore it properly. There are several buildings here, all of which contain various characters. This guy is a carpenter. We are going to need some things from his place later on, but I don't think we actually need anything yet. We don't even really need to speak to him yet. And if we go over into the next building on this row,
Hello.
we meet Wally. Wally the cartographer, who came back in the 3rd Monkey Island game, The Curse of Monkey Island. And that was the first game in the series which had voice acting. And what's awesome is that they got the original voice actor for Wally back to do him in this remastered version. Now notice that he has a monocle. He's poring over his maps. Every so often he puts the monocle down and rubs his eyes, like so, and then puts it back on again. What we need to do is wait until he puts it down and grab it. We weren't quick enough there. How long he puts it down for seems to be slightly random. There we go.
Hey, where's my monocle? I can't see a thing without me monocle.
Sorry, Wally.
Where is that thing? I swear I put it right here.
Sorry, mate. I'm just going to pick
I
up a
hope
piece
I
of this
didn't
paper
lose
as well.
it.
Gonna need that. That's
I'll
all we
never be
need from
able to
him.
afford a new one.
Sorry. Okay. Over this side, it's cool that you can, as you can see, the village is made from like wrecked ships that have all been kind of put together and turned into houses and stuff, which is awesome. This is the hotel, which is also where Largo is staying. And there's a little pet alligator there. This is Largo's room.
Hold it right there. That's a private room. No going up there.
Okay. So we need a couple more things before we can plunder this place. If we go up here, this is the laundry. And there is this deaf guy here with a little pipe sticking out of his ear, who's, well, he's the laundry guy. Now we need this rat, which is crawling around. We can't quite get it yet, but we can pick up this bucket.
Hey, leave that alone.
Sorry, is this your bucket?
Well, no.
So you won't mind if I take it?
I guess not.
Slightly pointless, but there we go. And finally, if we go down to this boat, this is the Bloody Lip, which is a pub. Talk to the barkeeper.
Excuse me.
Yeah, boy?
How's business?
It's just terrible. No one ever comes down here anymore. Largo's got all my regulars spooked. You know, I can mix any drink there is, make anything you could name, but I can't make the one thing that could really do this island some good.
What's that?
A voodoo doll of Largo LeGrand. You there? Uh-oh. Give me my usual, and put it in a real glass. Fork over the dough or you'll be serving Bloody Marys for a week. From your nose. That's all I have. Well, you better have more tomorrow, or we might have to move this stump to a new location. Like, say, the bottom of the ocean.
Boy, you just gave him all your money?
I don't want to talk about it.
Prick. Okay. I don't know why Guybrush is so surprised about that as well, because he lost all his money to Largo. Now you can see this disgusting greenie which he spat against the wall. We can use this paper
Oh, yuck.
to scrape it up. That's our first ingredient for the Voodoo Doll. That accounts for something of the body. Okay, we're just about done here. Now that's the kitchen. We can't go in there because it is staff only. However, we can go over the top and down through this window. Like so. This guy is called Bernard. I think that's supposed to be a reference or a little cameo of Maniac Mansion and Day of the Tentacle.
Excuse me.
Don't bug me. I'm cooking.
He kind of has a similar voice. Doesn't really look the same though. Anyway, we pick up this kitchen knife. Yoink. Perfect. And just for lols.
He might see me.
Oh no, we can't go out that way yet. Go back out of the window. Actually, very quickly, I'm just going to slightly turn up the music. Just because the dynamic music in this game is awesome. I don't want it to be too loud, but that should be okay. The main thing is the voice. As long as we can hear the voices, that's the main thing there. Because the acting is really good. Now we'll use this kitchen knife to cut the alligator free.
Hey, how'd old Pegbiter get loose? I'd better go catch him before he catches somebody else.
Probably a good idea. And we can get this.
Cheese squigglies. One of my favorites.
Cheese squigglies. Lovely. Now we should be able to get into Largo's room. And there is his toupee.
I don't see anything special about it. Then again, I never really have understood art.
Who let you into my room?
I thought it was my room?
Well, it ain't. So get the f out of here.
Oh man, so good. Okay, we got his toupee now. That actually counts for something of the head. So that's 2 ingredients now we have. Next we'll go back over here. And we should have everything that we need to get this rat. Now what we have to do is open the box. Pop the cheese squigglies inside. Open it again. Prop it open with the stick that we picked up on the beach. There we go. And now use the string from the Voodoo Lady's hut with the stick. Go over this side. The rat will go attracted to the squigglies. There we go. And now we can just pull the string. If I can get the pull command. There we go. Now it's trapped in the box. And we can pick up the trapped, cowering rat.
Cute little fella.
Indeed. Perfect. Classic LucasArts puzzle there. Ridiculously elaborate. Now we have the rat. You can probably guess what's coming next. Something pretty disgusting. We'll plop the rat into the vichyssoise. Now don't worry, it's not going to get hurt. This is a cold soup.
Good thing this is a cold soup.
Exactly. And we'll go over this way and talk to the barkeeper again. I love the sort of mischievous nature of Monkey Island, how you're always kind of ruffling feathers, playing both sides.
Excuse me.
Yeah, boy?
Hey, how's the stew tonight?
Stew? Oh, gosh. We only serve gourmet chilled soups here. In fact, our new cook has been working all day on a very special vichyssoise. Let me go see how he's doing. How's the vichyssoise, Bernard?
Excellent, sir. Won't you have a taste?
I think I will. Oh my God! What kind of demented recipe book are you using? You're fired!
But, sir...
Out! Get out of my sight! This is the most disgusting, filthy mess I've ever seen in my life! Look at all the hair! And what's this stuff? How am I ever gonna get rid of this junk? Well, here's your soup.
I'm really not that hungry anymore.
Dang. Hey, can you cook?
A little.
How'd you like a career in the fast-paced world of pub food cuisine?
Are you saying there's an opening in the kitchen?
Yeah. You interested?
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Great. Job is yours. Here's a week's worth of wages. Now go strap on that apron and get to work.
Okie dokie.
So, we've basically solved two problems at once there. We now have a bunch of money. 420 pieces 08.
The barkeep would be mad if I left work early.
Luckily there's this window here. We'll just pop outside. So that's basically going to provide us with all the money that we need for the rest of the game, which is really good. Shame we have to get it by such dishonest means, but never mind. Now we will just pop out and go back to the swamp. Over this way. And we will use this bucket with the swamp.
Wow, a whole bucket of mud. And it's mine. All mine.
Perfect. Back to Woodtick. And we will head back to Largo's hotel room. This is going to get us something of the thread, which is a piece of his clothing. And we will just close the door.
It doesn't seem to stay closed.
Put the bucket o' mud on top of the door. Like so, and
I think
hide
I hear Largo
behind
coming.
Hey, what the hell? What's going on? Whoever did this is gonna pay. I can't get this thing off my head. When I get this thing off my head, somebody's gonna be real sorry.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that. You looked pretty steamed.
Yeah. Gotta do it though. It's necessary. Okay, now we'll pop over to the laundry guy, which is quite clearly where Largo is headed after that trolling that he just received.
You're making me mad, Marty!
That's my name, don't wear it out.
Look, I want it free and I want it tonight!
Party tonight? Sure, I'll come.
I'm talking about getting my laundry!
Don't worry about me. I've been dry for 3 years.
I said I need it back tonight.
What? Yeah, we'll stay out all night.
This is useless. You tell them I'll be back to pick it up. Or else.
Trolled again by this deaf guy. And now we'll just wander back over to his hotel room again and grab his laundry ticket. There we go. Close the door and the ticket is on the back of the door. We'll grip it and head back out. I absolutely love the music in this game so much. I mean, there isn't anything I actually don't love about this game, but there you go. We'll give the ticket to this guy.
I'll see what we have ready for Mr. Legrand. I know it's here somewhere. I saw it a while ago. Now, where was it? Ah, here it comes.
Yes, Largo's clothing is a pearly white bra.
Nice April Fresh scent.
Wonderful. So that's the thread. Now all we need is something of the dead. And we can very easily get that from the one place on this island that we haven't yet visited. No, in fact, there's two places we haven't visited yet, but one of them is the cemetery, which is obviously the place to go if you want something of the dead. Just down here. And over on this mound up here, spooky. Over on this mound up here is the grave of, I think it's Largo's grandfather, one of his ancestors anyway. You can just examine the graves to make sure it's the right one. Not that Guybrush will dig up graves that aren't the right one. So just have a look here at these tombstones.
There once was a girl named Carrie who thought that she soon should marry. She went into town and flirted around. She didn't get wed, she got buried. No man commanded Jean-Louise, not on land and not on water. John did whatever he did please, until he kissed the gunner's daughter. Here lies daredevil Jim McDowell, hand of steel, leg of wood. Jim took every risk he could. A life of action, that was Jim's. Too bad he ran out of limbs.
Okay, it's this one.
Marco Largo Legrand. Hell on sea or sand. The good news is, he's dead. The bad news is, he bred.
You're right there. Use the shovel on the grave.
This is creepy feeling.
Classic comedy moment here.
I'd swear on my grandfather's grave, something weird is going on.
I just love the way it undermines how epic that is by his pants falling down. So silly. So silly. Yeah, you wouldn't really expect it from a game like this, but there is actually a slightly dark, sort of nasty edge to this game. Something about the story, the way it progresses, and certainly the way it ends and stuff, is really pretty kind of twisted and just not very optimistic. But, oh right, we have all of the 4 things now. We can go back to the swamp. Yeah, we'll see as the story progresses that there are certain story revelations and things which are pretty dark. Certainly by Monkey Island standards, anyway. And that's certainly one of the contributing reasons why a lot of people feel that this is not only the best Monkey Island game, but the best point-and-click adventure game ever made. I certainly feel like that. Now, I will always love the original Secret of Monkey Island, and I personally adore the third game, The Curse of Monkey Island, which is, of course, the next one that we will play. But this one is just superlative.
Back again, Mr. Threepwood?
About that Voodoo Doll?
Have you brought me the ingredients?
I have his toupee.
Not quite a part of his head, but maybe I can get some scalp fragments from it. Have you brought me any other ingredients?
I have some of his spit.
Excellent. You may keep the paper. Have you brought me any other ingredients?
I have the bone of his grandfather.
Perfect. Do you have the final ingredient?
I have this pearly white bra.
Yes, that will work. At last! Now I can make a voodoo doll to be reckoned with. Let me get my juju bag. And now for the ingredients. A dandruff flake from Largo's head. A single piece of Largo's thread. A drop of fluid from his body. A single chip off the bone of the dead. And finally, some miscellaneous voodoo herbs and seasonings, including monosodium glutamate. This ought to be good. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we assassinate? Largo, yeah.
Hey, that looks just like him. Thanks, Voodoo Lady.
One more thing. Some of the ingredients were not the optimum specimens. It should still work, but it will have a limited range. You will have to get close to Largo. Very close.
Oh right, we've got it. We've got the voodoo doll and some pins to stick into it. Now we have to go back to Largo's hotel room and confront him. When we get there, we only have a few seconds before he kicks us out of the room to use the pins in the voodoo doll. So that's what we're going to do. Once we've done that and Largo's dealt with, we just have to charter a ship, which we do from this peninsula down here, which we've not been to yet. So we'll pop back over to the hotel. Like so.
Hey, what are you doing in here?
Take that, you stumpy little dim-witted toad!
What? Who do you think you are?
I'm Guybrush Threepwood. People don't always recognize me. That's why I carry this!
I'm gonna tear you limb from limb. How are you doing that?
Largo the Grand, you are a no-good, vicious two-bit thug. I command you to give me back my money and leave this island.
Ha! I already spent all your money.
Oh, well, I command you to leave this island.
Just you try and make... Ooh. Ooh.
That'll teach you to mess with the slayer of the ghost pirate LeChuck.
What's that? You killed LeChuck?
As a matter of fact, I did. Quite an interesting story, actually.
The fortune teller said she did in LeChuck.
She did she? Does she have one of these?
Is that?
Yes, LeChuck's beard. Still alive and wriggling.
Let me see that. Boy, it is alive! We've been looking for a living piece of LeChuck for years! Now we can bring him back to life! Look out, world! The most fearsome pirate of all time will soon sail the seas again!
Whoops.
I'm afraid it's true, Guybrush. If they have any animated tissue, they can reanimate his whole body.
But I blew his body into a zillion gooey pieces.
Not his body, Guybrush. You destroyed his spirit form. His body was safely buried far away.
But by now it must be...
Rotten? Partially decomposed? Yes. And I don't think that's going to make him any more pleasant to deal with.
He's gonna be looking for me.
Yes.
He's gonna try to kill me.
Undoubtedly.
Can you just kill me now and get it over with?
You must try not to lose hope, Guybrush. There is a way out.
What is it?
You're doing it right now.
Fiddling with the change in my pocket?
Hunting for Big Whoop.
Oh yeah, I was doing that, wasn't I?
Big Whoop isn't just a treasure. It contains the secret to another world. Find that world, and you'll be able to escape LeChuck forever.
But I know so little about Big Whoop.
Take this book.
Big Whoop, Unclaimed Bonanza or Myth. And where'd you get this?
I checked it out at the Fat City Library. I foresaw your need.
Gee, thanks.
I used your name when I checked it out, so be sure and return it when you're through reading. The overdue fines in Fat City are pretty steep.
Gee, thanks.
Alright, there we go. In classic Guybrush Threepwood style, he basically fucks up, and due to his own ego, and basically creates the rest of the storyline, in which LeChuck's rotted body is going to be reanimated by Largo. So, she also teased where we need to be heading, which is Fat City. There are 3 islands that we can go to over the course of the next chapter. There is Scab Island, where we already are. We can come back here. This isn't the end of Scab Island. Then there is Fat Island, which is like a sort of like a rich colonial Caribbean port town. And then there is Booty Island, which is like a cosmopolitan French colonial port town, like a big party island. All very cool places. Anyway, all we need to do now is just head down to this peninsula. This houseboat is the boat that we are going to charter, and its captain, Captain Dread, is an awesome, awesome character who we are going to meet now. There he is.
Hello?
Hello, man. My name's Captain Dread. What can I do for ya?
Natty Dreads.
Thanks, man.
I need to charter a ship.
I can't charter you my ship because a while ago I lost my lucky sailing necklace. I called it my eye that has seen the world. I can't sail without it? No way, man.
Tell me more about that necklace thingy you lost.
It happened some time ago. My navigator and I set sail for this legendary island. When we arrived, we were taken prisoner by cannibals. I escaped, man, but my navigator was not so lucky. All I found of him was one of his eyeballs, and I've kept it as a good luck charm.
Gee, I think I've met your friend.
Unlikely.
Nice little reference to The Secret of Monkey Island there.
I gotta run. Lots of treasure hunting to do.
Okay. Bye, man. Come again.
Alright. Now, of course, we pinched Wally's monocle, which is sort of an eye, you could say. So we'll give him that.
Would you like my monocle?
Thanks, man. This'll do just fine for me lucky sailing necklace. What can I do for ya?
I need to charter a ship.
You're in luck, my friend. Rumor has it that Largo's been run off the island, so I'm now free to sail again. Only problem is that you don't look like the type that has 20 pieces of it.
Actually, I do have that much.
Well, man, consider me ship chartered.
Great! Where's your ship?
You're standing in it, man.
Yikes.
Part 2, 4 map pieces. Now this chapter basically forms the majority of the game. It's by far the longest chapter, and it's...
Deep in the Caribbean, hidden by an endless storm, lies LeChuck's fortress.
So, when are we gonna resurrect the old bloated fool? Oops.
I'll ignore that comment just this one time, Largo. Only because they tell me you found Guybrush Threepwood.
It's Threepwood, and I found him on Scab Island.
Very good. No one gets the upper hand on LeChuck without getting what he deserves. I want Guybrush brought to me, and I want him brought alive. I am entrusting this to you. Do not fail me.
Never, your voodoo lordship.
Aye. Guybrush Threepwood is finished. I need you to start building me a very special doll.
With pleasure.
I'm off to find Big Whoop.
There we go. We have set sail, and I'm going to end this episode here. Next time we will check out the Tri-Island area and go after 4 map pieces. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and a comment, and I will see you next time for more Monkey Island 2. Take care and goodbye.